Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Good evening, or rather good afternoon, because we have longer days these days. It's a very warm welcome to you because the temperatures in London are reaching some very into 30s, late 20s. And in our studios today, as usual, we have a very distinguished guest, Dr. Sheepa Hafiza. She is here in London to attend a few meetings that she will explain herself. She is presently Executive Director of Ain o Shalish Kendro. This is an organization that looks after a lot of things. Again, I will let her explain that too. She began her career, might I say, a very glamorous and diverse career in 1990 when she joined BRAC. Welcome to the show, sir. Lady, sorry, madam.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
This is the point, gender equality.
You are used to saying sir, and doesn't even matter, it's all right.
Madam, sir. What brings you to London?
As you know, this CHOGM, Commonwealth Heads of the Government's
Right.
meeting is just
Right.
happened. And before that, there is this People's Forum happened. So I came to attend the Commonwealth People's Forum. I'm also a content designer for this forum. So other than only participating into the conferences, we had some other responsibilities
Right.
to perform
Right.
from that team. And it was an excellent trip for me personally also. We've been so lucky to be with the House of Lords,
Yes.
and then also in the Parliament to see how this minister responds to the questions, so question answer session. And we also into her office and we talked to her
Right.
about world issues. So those are the extra things that we received. We visited Supreme Court. So all those
Right.
things were very exciting for us, other than the conference, what I am saying.
You must have been to London many times. You must have visited House of Commons and House of Lords and watched the PMQs, the Prime Minister's Question Time, see. Well, we'll talk about that later, you see. Now, you have been, you have really had, as an academic, you have attended so many universities to get degrees, to be awarded for your works. And you come from a very distinguished family, once again. And your work is about rights advocacy for gender justice, migrant labor rights, and ending child marriages. See. We in Bangladesh, you see, we have it used to be called a problem, overpopulation, see. But I think the tables have been turned, and now the population is being used to economic benefit. Would you agree that?
Population can never be a problem if they are nurtured appropriately and get the scope to perform. Even the person, like our labor migrants, who have minimum exposure into this model world's facilities, education, and all the skills and everything, see how they are a resource of the country, how they are contributing with the remittance to this in this country. So population will always be an asset only if the state know how to use them. So I don't think they can
only if they have been trained properly.
They have been trained properly. They have given the space so that they can express their opinion.
Right.
They do things using their mind. So those are the things that are very important.
Rather their hand.
Rather their hand, yes, exactly.
But we have seen that, you see, most of the labor that have gone abroad, they are the migrant labor, have gone abroad. They are mostly manual labor, unskilled laborers.
Yes.
And that has caused a number of problems because firstly they can't really speak the language in the country that they have gone. They are not exposed to English, and they are unskilled. So their earning is not that much, you see, and they are open to exploitation, see. And that is where I believe that what you're talking about is they should have a space and they should be trained properly before they are let loose in the labor market.
this is in this one of the profession where these people has done everything for their own job and whatever they're doing.
Right.
There was no investment from the state or from civil society groups on them before they left the country.
Right.
So obviously when they are going away, and there are interest groups also to take them and misuse their
Right, yes.
capacity in
It's a
different
business.
way. It's a one of the biggest business. Huh? So the responsibility of the state should be to train them adequately in appropriate areas. And this training or skill building cannot be only for technical areas, you know, how to run machines and things. There has to be another area which is more of attitudinal, softer skill building.
Right,
So
right.
you're going to a country
Like nursing, caring.
this is one, but when I said softer skill, that means when you're going to a country, you're not at all used to the culture of them,
Right.
how they do things, what gesture means what kind of food you will be entitled to. Often we heard from our migrants, particularly women migrants who go there mostly as domestic worker, so they said we haven't had food for many weeks and things.
Yeah.
It's not that they haven't had the food,
Yeah.
it's that the food that they had, they don't think it is a food.
Yeah.
So our dal, bhat and things are
Yes,
very
yes,
important for them. So what I mean is that one is technical, you know-how, but at the same time what to expect into a different country and how you address this, how you grapple with the thing. So that training for them, which is happening until now, it's like very few short day, bringing them into a center for a couple of days and sending them. And even though these people who get some training are not a big number. It's most often when we talk to the people who do the business with this human being, they said manpower, which I don't like to say.
Yes. Let's call
And they said like,
human
okay, we
power.
need it now, so we don't care whether they have training or not, they have to go now. So this is the way we are sending them into this receiving country, unknown place, where they are most often doing 3D jobs, we say.
Right.
Dangerous, demeaning, and dirty. And obviously, once they are there, their sender take all the legal documents out of it.
Yep.
So they are not illegal migrants. They are legal migrants without document. We say they're undocumented migrants.
Right.
Because they're undocumented, when they face certain issues, they need to go for the legal support or social support or somewhere. They cannot do
Which is
it
not
because
there,
they don't
yeah.
have their documents with them. So in Bangladesh, there are different civil society groups, even the ministry also are working on that. So
Yep.
when we started working towards the beginning of 2005-06, things has been changed. We have a domestic legislation. Obviously, there can be improvement, and our ministry is concerned. And when we started working with labor migrants, it was not at all an issue for Bangladesh. Now, everyone in the you will see it in the budget. You will see when Prime Minister giving a speech. So this migration become a big thing in Bangladesh, and that's what it should be. They shouldn't be used as a means to earn income. Rather, they should have all the facilities that make them capable of doing business or work. Because you see, these people, if they are in our own country, you need to provide them everything. Food, water, sanitation and all those. They don't need that. They are taking the risk to go to abroad with in a very unknown situation, and then earning income
Yes, and
for
sending home,
Bangladesh.
you see.
And they're
sending
trying
home.
to do their best.
See, most of these manual labor, they are the kind of persons. See, I mean, I've worked in Saudi Arabia for a long time. See, I used to teach there at the university. They will be working in harsh climates. See, and they'll be sending 100% of their earning because they will be working extra hours to supplement their earnings. See, and they will send entire salaries. You see, these white collar jobs and all that. See, we would invest somewhere else. You see, We would think of our children, see, sending them to better universities and all that, you see. But these honest, good workers, you see, who have spent their lifetimes, see, the youth in working in very harsh climate, see, in 40-45 degree temperature outside, see. You must have visited many Middle Eastern countries, see. They send the money home, see. Now, are they getting any respect for that? See? This is my point, see, because I have seen scenes at airports, you see. For no reason, they are being harassed at airports, you see. We have a ministry there, see, for manpower.
Yeah. Thank you for raising this. There are two groups really. One is diaspora, who
Yes.
come to this country, they also work,
Right.
hard work and everything, and they become this country's person. So most of it, these diasporas, as you said, they bring money from, even they bring their all resources into this country,
Right.
so that they have a better life.
Right.
So, but the migrants who come only for very short period of
Yes.
time and to work and send money to their own country, the remittance they are providing to Bangladesh, which is making our bank reserve a very lucrative ones, where we are standing now. And particularly the women migrants, they do not spend a single penny in abroad, because their food
They live
and
indoors, they're
accommodation
provided
and
for.
visas provided, so they don't need to do that. Now, how we are treating them? Until now, I cannot give you a very,
Good picture.
flowery picture, because most often still now, they are not really respected in terms of the way they are contributing for the development of this
Yes.
country. They are undermined by our any kind of, in the airport when they are there, you can see people's look, the attitude, the way they are behaving with them. It's improving, but this improvement is very slow.
Very slow, very
It
negligible.
cannot be like that. It's very negligible. You see, they take them like a group of machines standing. You stand here, you don't talk to anyone. When we talk to them, they don't know where is their papers and things. This is one. And then when they're into the country, they are in a double, difficult situation. They don't know the systems, the bureaucracy, the mechanisms, and sometimes they have money that they would like to invest. So in some of our time, we organize this kind of how to help these returning migrants so that they can go into their business or in a normal life. This is one part, but these are very negligible efforts.
When you say we, are you talking about Salish Kindro?
Okay, this one I did when I was in BRAC. We were the largest program we developed with migrants' rights. So we were all over the country working with the people. One is the potential migrants, to tell them what it is, how it is, and what support you should get. Also, we worked with the ministry at different levels, so that we also advocated to the ministry how it is important the migration is. When I started working in 2006, there was very little government offices. They said demo offices, district offices, so very few only. But then it increases because they could see the importance of it. And these people are very naive people, our ordinary people. So they just give their money to anyone who tell them there is a job outside.
Yep.
And most often these people, the recruiting agencies come in the night, and they will tell you, this is the only opportunity, I have only one position, and you have to give me money tonight,
Sell
end of
your
the
land,
night,
cow.
otherwise, and don't tell anybody. So they give money and they become they're betrayed by these groups of
Often,
people.
yes.
So when we go and talk to them, I said, how can you give money to an unknown person without any written documents or without any witnesses? They were so kind of, why should I do it? I said, I wouldn't give 20,000 to a person without a good witness if it is a business purpose. So they are very naive.
Why are they so gullible? Has anybody done any research on that?
There are many research done on it, because these people have no other options to earn income. and recruiting agencies or similar kind of groups are extremely good at communication. The way they will portray it,
A
that
very,
this is
very
such
nice
a
picture.
nice, lovely, flowery picture, which often is not true.
Myth, yes.
And you know, this is, they think if they can go out, they can do things. And now you can see in the TV, every world is so nice and beautiful, and people thought we are going to that place. So this is one. And women go because they had to go, otherwise they earn very little income in the country. When they are working as a domestic helper in my country, its earning is very insignificant. So obviously, if they can go outside and do things.
But a lot of women are working in the garment industry.
They are working in the government industry. They are working particularly with the garments industry too. But what happened is, it's such a poor country. They have children to feed. They have children to go to school. And they have all those burden also on their shoulder, most often they have. So they thought maybe it's a good idea to go out and earn more income. Yes, they earn better than Bangladesh, but most often the recruiting agencies send them in a place which was not committed to them. So they earn lesser salary, lesser wage, and there is mostly our government do the commitment or
Okay, ma'am, we need to take a break right now, so sorry for breaking the flow. We'll be back soon after this very short break. Thank you.
It's a huge